All right, let's get real about history's most famous battles because, honestly, the stories you were told might not be the whole truth. First up, the legendary Battle of Thermopylae. 300 Spartans holding off thousands of Persians? Sounds epic, right? But here's the twist. It wasn't just Spartans. There were actually about 7,000 Greeks from different city-states, and the 300-bit? That's just the Spartans who stayed for the final stand. The real kicker? Their sacrifice didn't stop the Persians. Athens still got sacked, but their bravery became a symbol, which inspired future Greek resistance. Now, let's jump to Waterloo. The myth? Napoleon lost because he was outsmarted by the British. Fact? Not exactly. The ground was muddy from rain, slowing down French attacks, and more importantly, Prussian reinforcements showed up at just the right moment. Napoleon didn't just lose to Wellington, he lost to bad weather and perfect enemy timing. How about the Battle of Gettysburg? Some folks say it was all about the infamous Pickett's Charge, the dramatic Confederate assault. But the real story? By the time Pickett's men marched across that open field, the Confederates were already fighting uphill, literally and figuratively. The Union had the high ground, a better defensive position, and honestly, the Confederate Army was starving and exhausted. The South's defeat wasn't just a single bad decision. It was the result of days of brutal fighting and logistics gone wrong. Sticking with myths, let's talk about the storming of the beaches on D-Day. Movies like to show Americans single-handedly saving the day at Omaha Beach. But in reality, D-Day was a massive, coordinated Allied operation. British, Canadian, and other Allied troops faced their own brutal battles on different beaches. And German defenses were tough everywhere, not just at Omaha. The real heroes? Soldiers from all over, working together, and local resistance fighters helping from the inside. And finally, the Battle of Stalingrad. The legend is all about epic tank battles and heroic last stands. But most of the fighting was ugly, close-quarters combat, room by room, building by building. Both sides suffered enormous losses, and starvation and cold killed as many as bullets did. Stalingrad wasn't just a win for the Soviets. It was a brutal, drawn-out grind that broke the German army's momentum for good. So next time you hear about a famous battle, remember, the truth is always messier and way more interesting than the legend. If you want more wild true stories from history, hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one.